4 surprising facts about William Shakespeare. 1. Nobody is sure about William Shakespeare's date of birth. The mystery around the man behind masterpieces like Hamlet begins with the day of his birth. As it turns out, there is no record of his actual birthday. The only document that could be found is a paper confirming that his baptism occurred on the 26th of April 1564. Given that babies were traditionally baptized when they were 3 days old, it is generally assumed that Shakespeare was born on the 23rd of April 1564. 2. Shakespeare married a woman 8 years older than him. What we do know is that he got married to Anne Hathaway in 1582. It seems to have been a shotgun wedding. 6 months after the ceremony, the bride gave birth to their first daughter. Another curious thing about the couple was their age difference. Anne Hathaway was 26 years old at the time of the wedding, while the young Shakespeare was 18. We do not know whether they married out of love or due to the pressure from their families. But even if the marriage was forced on them as a way of avoiding a scandal, it seems that they must have been at least somewhat enamoured with each other. A few years later, Anne Hathaway gave birth to twins. 3. He was also an actor. Although Shakespeare has gone down in history as a writer, he started his career as an actor and performed in many of his own plays. It is unknown how exactly Shakespeare managed to enter the London theatre scene. All we know is that by 1594, he was already a part of the acting troupe called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. His plays were hugely successful, and his troupe was invited to perform in front of Queen Elizabeth, and King James, on numerous occasions. Due to their popularity with the royal family, the acting troupe even ended up renaming themselves the King's Men. 4. His son died of the bubonic plague. During Shakespeare's day, England was visited by a disease that killed millions of Europeans, the Black Death. The disease, which is also known as the bubonic plague, affected Shakespeare in various ways. It forced his theatre to close down on numerous occasions. While Shakespeare himself survived the bubonic plague, his son Hamlet died at the age of 11. We know very little about how his son's death affected Shakespeare. However, many scholars assume that he named his famous character Hamlet after his deceased son. Shakespeare also made various references to the plague in his plays,